Welcome to Blagger Blagger, the UK's first socially distanced isolation self. Again. Welcome to Blagger Blagger, the first socially distanced self-isolation game show. My name's Paul Burke and I'm going to be hosting Blagger Blagger for the season of 2020, and I'm genuinely excited to meet the different characters that are coming on. We've got some fantastic prizes and there's a big holiday to be won at the end of the competition. But more importantly, the Blagger Blagger champion of 2020. Just to give everyone a little format of the show, for people that don't know it, we're going to have 10 episodes, 32 contestants, and plenty of cash prizes to be won. In fact, every episode, you can win up to £300 of cash prizes, and obviously the end goal is the holiday of a choice worth £1,000. The only thing standing in their way is myself, and my job is to work out if they're telling the truth or a lie with the help of the fellow contestants. Now, just to verify with everyone, all the stories that you're about to hear from the contestants as well as myself, they've all been verified by the producers of Blagger Blagger. So there's no porky pies that could be told. Not only have we got a £1,000 holiday for the winner of the Blagger Blagger Champion 2020, but as I said, there's also cash prizes to be earned on every single episode of up to potentially £300 per episode. So to give you guys a little bit of an idea, if you tell me a truth and I believe it's a lie, you will receive £5. If you tell me a lie and I believe it's a lie, also you get £5. If you tell me a truth and I believe it's a truth, you'll earn £10. But the big one, if you tell me a lie and I believe it's the truth, it's £20. All money goes into the pot. When someone is eliminated from the final round before we go into the split or steal, that person's money will leave the pot. So let's make the contestants for the first episode of Blagger Blagger know a little bit about them, their names, their pre-lockdown job, and if they won the holiday, where would they go and who would they take? So we'll start with Adam.
Hi guys, my name's Adam Neal. I live in Bournemouth. Before the lockdown, I was a sales manager. Hope to be when the lockdown finishes.
Yeah.
And if I were to win the £1,000 holiday, I'll take me and my missus to see my mate in Australia. My mate Jack in Australia.
That'll pay for one of the flights. Dan?
Hi, yeah, my name's Daniel Norton. Pre-lockdown, I run a small business, and yeah, if I won the £1,000, I would take me and my girlfriend to Hvar Island in Croatia.
Oh,
so fingers crossed.
Yeah, rave in Croatia, I've been there. Alex?
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm from Portsmouth. Pre-lockdown, I was a marketing manager working in Southampton, and if I was to win, I would take my wife to Malta, where my family's from.
Are you in a garage, Alex?
I am. It's a lovely day.
Lovely, mate. Keeping it
I'm
real.
enjoying this lovely sunshine.
And Tanzy? Hi, Tanzy.
Hi, everybody. Hi, my name's Tanzy. So I'm from Portsmouth as well. And before lockdown, I worked in marketing and recruitment for a company. If I won the voucher, I would take my nan to the Maldives and have a water bungalow.
You know the Maldives is quite expensive.
I do.
You go for a day though, it'd be good though.
We'll go for a couple of
pick
days,
up a few quid on the knockout rounds beforehand, you see.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Okay, lovely. So there's 3 rounds per show, and how this works, every single one of you gets to tell one story each. At that point, we then discuss it to see who's telling the truth. And then obviously I will make the final decision whether it's a truth or a lie. At that point, then I will kick someone out of the game show, and then we move on to round 2, where the remaining 3 contestants will get to do 2 stories each. And once again, we will then discuss which ones are true or false, and I will obviously give the final answer on who I think's lying and who's actually telling the truth. Then the 3 remaining contestants will get to eliminate the person that they think has the weakest story. Then we come into the final round, which is split or steal, where the 2 remaining contestants with the prize money will decide whether they want to share it, steal it, or both lose it. What's good though, is I will have the opportunity to tell you one of my stories. And on that story, if you get it correctly, the prize money will go up 50%, which makes the total prize pot £300. Fantastic. Well, let's start with the stories. So round one, we'll start with you, Dan.
Okay, yes. So I got a story from last year for you guys. So I went to a friend's wedding. It was in Croatia, and weirdly, I ended up carrying a recently deceased person's flowers to the bottom of the sea, and subsequently ended up perforating my eardrum. I lost my scuba diving buddy, and ended up stranded on the surface on my own. That's my story.
That's right, no problem. Adam, what do you think? Give a question.
Who was the deceased person, and why did they
So-
want to be at the bottom of the sea?
So I was.
It was an awkward moment there. I was going to ask that.
Yeah.
Sure. Go on. Sorry, Dad.
No, it's a strange story. So I was putting on my scuba diving wet gear and all my scuba equipment, and it was you drive out to a remote location, and there was a woman there. It's quite a popular spot with scuba divers. It's very well known, and she drove over and she explained the story to me, how basically her brother had died and she had some roses from his garden and she wanted someone, because scuba divers usually go there, she wanted someone to take them down and just put them on the bottom of the sea. And I said I'll do it for her.
Do you think that's true, Adam, or a lie?
No, I think that's a lie.
Okay, fantastic.
If it was myself, I'd want to put them down there myself, not leave it up to chance. So I think that's a lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
She didn't have her scuba gear on her.
Oh God.
Tanzy, what's your question and what do you think?
I'm really trying to think of a question at the moment. I can't think of one.
Do you want me to come back to you?
Yeah, please come back to me.
No problem. Alex?
Did you say this was last year?
It was last year, yeah.
It was last year. And how long did it take you to recover from the perforated eardrum?
About 2 weeks.
All right.
Claimed medical insurance while I was there as well.
Very painful, though, I take it.
Not actually that painful. Like, oddly enough, you lose your hearing in one ear. You can still hear with the other ear, but it just
Okay.
it's really weird. Yeah.
It seems like an unusual request for someone to want to give you the flowers to take down, but because it's unusual, I think it might be true.
Okay.
So I'm going to say true.
Tanzy, what do you think?
I think it could be true. Yeah.
I'm just trying to weigh it up, really.
So,
You've got a very stern face when he's telling the story.
It's a tricky one.
Okay. Sorry, you said you were at your friend's wedding in Croatia, is that right?
Friend's wedding, yeah.
Lovely.
Jack and Sasha.
Sorry?
Jack and Sasha.
Oh,
Joe's friends. My partner's friends. But they're my friends as well, but
all right, I see.
mates originally.
I think it's true.
Sorry, guys, it's a lie.
Oh,
You're good, Dan. You got me.
oh my
Very good.
God.
Very good.
Dan, I'm the
Got me.
host of Blagger. I'm brilliant. Well, listen, Dan, fantastic. You've just put £20 towards the pot. So, well
Way.
done. Okay. Oh, that's so annoying, that is. Adam? You're on mute, Adam. You're on mute.
Okay, so I'll kick it off with a story. First of three, I'll give you the story about when I was once in a local newspaper for stealing a bike. And on Facebook. Went viral on Facebook, and I was in the local newspaper.
Okay. Where was that?
So it's the paper or the Facebook. I was in the New Forest Times, whatever it's called. Basically, I've been on a night out in Lymington. I was living in Brockenhurst at the time.
Right.
Finished the night out. Last train finishes from Brock to Lymington at 10 o'clock. So it was, I don't know, it's about 2 o'clock in the morning. there's no taxis running because it's in a little village. So I started walking back to Brockenhurst, about 3 miles away from Lymington, unless if you don't know it. Stopped off at the local Summerfields garage, which was open to anyone in these 24-hour garages. Tried to borrow the guy's phone in the shop to ring a cab, but obviously they weren't open. So they've got me eating a sausage roll on camera in the go-off.
How are you eating it again?
That's
right. Go on.
So basically, about a week later, there's a picture of me on Facebook and in the local paper eating this sausage roll. You can see clear as daylight it's me. I was actually on holiday the week afterwards, so I was on holiday. I'm on holiday, and then all my friends started sending me these pictures of me in the paper and me on Facebook. So I'm thinking, God, they're going to think I've gone on a run or whatever. But yeah, basically, I rode the bike back. It was tied up, so it's tied up. They had the lock around the saddle. So I just took the saddle off, and then I had the bike without a saddle. So I had to cycle about 3 miles without a seat, drunk. That was quite hard. And then left it by the river in Brockenhurst and went home. A week later, I was on holiday, and there I was going viral.
Man most wanted. Okay, Tanzy, do you have a question for Adam? What do you think?
How old was you?
How old was I? Crikey, this was not that long ago, maybe 3 or 4 years. 4 years.
I'm not that long ago. Okay.
You'd be able to Google it and find the date online, but.
Do you think he's telling the truth or a lie, Tanzy?
I think he's telling a lie.
Okay.
There's probably elements of truth to it, but I think he could be telling a lie.
Yeah. He does tell a few porkies. Alex?
I don't think it's true because there weren't enough details about the river. You'd remember the name of the river. You'd have read the article. You'd know. I think you'd have a few more details. So I'm going to say lie.
Chief Inspector Morse. Dan?
Yeah. What make was the bike?
It's an old crappy one. So basically, what happened in the end? The police came, knocked on the door, and spoke to my mum, and they made us pay 50 quid, and that was it.
Who was the compensation to?
To replace the bike. So it's an old banger of a bike.
Was it an old lady's bike or a young bloke's or family? Or?
I wouldn't have a clue, to be honest. I wouldn't even have a clue. Basically, the police just turned up, spoke to my mum, and just said, "Yeah, you need to pay £50 compensation to replace the bike." It's an old, rusty old bike.
So just to clarify, it was a few years ago, yeah? A couple of years.
About 4 years ago.
About 4 years ago.
Three or 4 years ago.
Oh, okay. So you're still living with your mother at the time then?
I was, yes.
Okay. Adam, I believe that's a lie.
It is a lie. Well done.
Yes! Come on! Living with your mother 4 years ago. Well done, though, Adam. Fantastic. Okay, that's still £5 towards the kitty, Adam. So every little help.
Good story, though.
Yeah, it was a good story, actually. It was a good story. Okay, fantastic. Tanzy?
Hi.
Hi, Tanzy.
So, when I was 17 years old,
Yeah.
I helped somebody give birth to their baby boy.
Okay.
That's my story.
Where did you help give birth?
Portsmouth.
Yeah, okay, that's it.
Oh,
was it their house? Was it in a park?
It was in a hospital.
Oh, in a hospital.
She had a cesarean.
Okay. And what, you were actually in there helping? Oh, you were her birthing
I
partner?
was her birthing partner.
Oh, okay. All right, fantastic. Adam, what do you think?
So you didn't actually help, you just sat there and watched?
No,
Or did you get the throw on and cut her belly open and pull the baby out?
Yeah, when they were cutting the belly open, I was talking to her, calming her down. I saw the baby coming out. I quickly looked over and popped my head back over and be with her as well.
Just a quick one.
And you said it was a her. What's the baby's name?
Oh, you got me there, Adam.
Malachi.
Malachi.
Yeah.
Okay. Dan? Sorry, Adam, I apologise. Do you think she's telling the truth or a lie?
I think it's an absolute lie.
Dan?
How long did the whole thing take from start to finish?
Good question.
Ages. About ages, like through the day and through into the evening as well.
And where was it?
In Portsmouth, in a hospital.
What
In the
hospital?
hospital.
Yeah.
What hospital was it?
Queen Alexandra.
Oh, that one. Okay, lovely. Alex, have you? Oh, sorry, Dan. Do you think she's telling the truth or?
I think it's a lie.
Okay. Alex.
I think it's a lie.
Oh, she could be doing some really good acting here, couldn't she?
The name might have been to throw us off.
So, what was the name again?
Malachi.
Malachi.
Very biblical name, isn't it? Very Old Testament sounding name.
What was the surname?
Surname?
Yeah. Of the baby.
Ash.
Malachi Ash.
Malachi Ash.
Malachi Ash. Okay.
This is a lie, isn't it?
It could be an absolute belter, but I think you're telling porkies, Tanzy. Is it a lie or is it the truth?
Genuine truth.
Ah, you're joking! Fair play.
Yeah, one of my friends, Sherelle Ash, her second name is, and yeah, see, we were 17 years old, and I was her birthing partner, and she had an epidural, and the epidural fell out as well. Bless her. She was horrified.
Oh gosh.
Well done, Tanzy.
Yeah, but baby was healthy.
You got me on that. I got sucked in on that one as well, and I knew you were acting as well. That's what I thought it was. you were playing a silly Billy with me. But well done. That's £5 towards the kitty. Well done, Tanzy.
Thank you.
Alex?
All right. So when I was a kid,
Yeah.
I met and shook the Queen's hand.
Okay. When
I had a long chat with her as well. I had quite a long chat with her as well.
When you were a kid? What did you have a chat with her about?
Just like she asked me about me and like being at school, things like that. I can't remember what I asked her, but apparently I was very polite, and she said I was a polite young man or something like that. But it was yeah.
Where was
my
it?
little claim to fame? It was in the Guildhall Square in Portsmouth.
Okay. And how old were you?
I was in junior school, so I'd say I was probably 7 or 8, maybe something like that. So maybe, yeah, it was like
No worries.
probably 8. Yeah, probably 8.
Well, let's get a feel for what everyone else thinks. Adam?
So just tell me a little bit more about how it came about, because not everyone gets to meet the Queen, of course. So were you had you done something charitable, or what led to you being able to meet the Queen?
So no, it was like nothing, like it wasn't like an arranged thing. So basically, she'd visited for some whatever reason, and they'd like cordoned off the Guildhall, like all the square. And my nan had mentioned at the time, she was like, "Oh, the Queen's going to be in Portsmouth. We'll go down and see if we can like see her." And I'd like pushed to the front of like where the barricade, I don't know, like the metal railings, if you like, they put up were. And being like quite cocky, I just sort of stuck my hand out like that and was just like, "Nice to meet you," and all like that. And apparently, like that's not really the done thing with royalty. And a lot of my friends wouldn't believe me just for the fact that royalty wouldn't normally shake your hand, especially the Queen. So, yeah, like I just pushed to the front and just forced myself, really, just sort of said hi, like. But I was a little kid, so you know.
Is that enough information for you, Adam, to make a decision on that one?
Yeah, I think it's a lie. I don't think that would happen.
Okay.
Okay. Tanzy?
The bit about sticking out your hand, like I can I can imagine if you're going to meet the Queen, surely you get told before, like, you know what to do and what not to do. So I think it's a lie.
Dan?
I think it's a lie, and that's only because of what I've seen on videos of the Queen and the way she walks. She doesn't just, grab the hands of members of the public. But, it might have been a one-off. I never know. So I'm leaning towards it being a lie.
Well, I'm going to sort of my Tanzy on the last round, really. Felt like a bit of a silly Billy on that one. But I'm going to go with the team. And I think it was... Oh, he was just about to say then something, wasn't he? I don't know. It's a lie.
It's 100% true, unfortunately. Sorry.
Oh my God!
I promise you, she had a little white silk glove on. I remember it to this day. It wasn't a sort of Michael Jackson moment. She had a white silk glove on. I remember. And my nan was horrified that I'd done it and was like, "You can't do that" and stuff. But I was so polite, and she sort of felt compelled to oblige me. And she was like, "Oh, you're a very nice young man. How old are you? What are you doing at school?" And all this sort of thing. Like, absolutely brilliant. I'd told my friends, and like, honestly, but hand on heart, true story.
Wow. I can't,
Back to Blagger.
yeah, you
Blagged to-
and you won £20 towards the kitty, which is absolutely fantastic.
Well done.
Cheers, guys.
Just want to say well done to all of you guys on your stories, actually. So we end the first round with £50 in the kitty. Well done to you guys. We have Adam and Tanzy on £5 each.
Oh my God.
So to make it fair, I want both of you to, within 15 seconds, to give me your reasons why you think you should go through to the next round. Adam.
I think I should go through to the next round because I've got some more stories to tell. Some true, some false. You'll have to be the judge of that. And not only do I think I have what it takes to win this episode, I'm here to win this series.
Very good. Tanzy?
Okay, I'm just going to speak from the heart. I'd love to take my nan, granddad, well, my nan mainly, my granddad can look after the dog, to take her on a holiday. It means the world to me. And also, I've got another great story coming up. So yeah, I'd love to stay in.
Okay.
Come on.
I'll be honest with you. I'm stuck between both of you, and even though the producers said I cannot do it, I am going to flip a coin, let chance be the decider. So, Tanzy, being a lady, would you prefer heads or tails?
I'll just go tails.
It's tails. I'm sorry, Adam. We're going to have to say.
Hey!
Well done, Tanzy. Good luck to you all. Best of luck. Well done.
Cheers, Adam.
Great job.
See ya.
And now we enter round two. And well done to Tanzy, Alex and Dan getting through. Some quality stories there. What do we know about that? Tanzy can deliver a little baby at 17. Dan's wants to go down to the seabed and leave flowers. And Alex's SAS, Who Dare Wins, can get through to shake the Queen's hand. Fantastic. So we're moving to round two, guys. So the process of this, you guys will all tell me now 2 stories each. And then at the end of the 2 stories each that you tell, between you guys, you will make a decision on who's going to leave the competition. So we'll start with Tanzy. Oh, try and blag me again, you naughty girl.
Welcome to the game. Hello.
Yeah.
So a couple of years back, I went to Spain, and as I come off of the plane, I heard someone call my name, and it was my Uncle Stuart. He was the pilot. That's my story.
Okay. Right, yeah. Dan, have you got a quick question to ask and let me know your thoughts, sir?
Who does your uncle fly for? Which airline?
Fly B,
Where did they fly out of?
Gatwick, or the other way, like.
Which
Sorry?
area of Spain?
We went to Mallorca, but obviously we had to go to Palma.
Okay.
So yeah, funny enough. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, apologies. Carry on, Tanzy.
Yeah, funnily enough, I flew out there on my own as well, but I'll come back with people.
Okay. Dan, do you think she's telling porkies or telling the truth?
I think this is true.
She's very hard to read, our Tansy, isn't she?
Yeah, definitely.
Alex?
How long has your uncle been a pilot for, Tanzy?
Funnily, I didn't even realise he was a pilot. I haven't seen him in years, so yeah, I don't know.
And what did he say to you when he recognised you?
Yeah, he recognised me. He must have saw my name on the flight because he, as I come off, and he was like, Tanzy Gratton, and I turned around and I saw him, and yeah, he was. I'll run over and give him a big cuddle, and yeah.
Sorry, did you say your uncle?
Okay.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Stuart.
Uncle Stuart.
Yeah.
Okay. And where does he live?
Oh, over in Lee Park.
Oh, okay. And he's he lives in Lee Park, does he?
Yeah, he's Havant Lee Park, like the nice area.
How long's he been a pilot for?
I don't know.
Okay.
Obviously a long time if he's done that though.
I am just going to jump in and go ahead and say, I think it might be true just from the way you reacted, the way you said that when he saw you and you seemed like really happy and stuff. So I don't know, that seemed organic. So I think it's a true story.
I forget it twice. She got me the last time. I'm still thinking about it. Tansy. I believe it's a lie.
It's a lie.
Yeah!
It's a lie.
Sparta! I'm going to start.
No
I've got back on that one. Brilliant stuff. Dan, do you want to tell me your story, sir?
Okay, so I've got a story for you guys. So yeah, about 7 years ago now, I bought a boat with my friend Bradley,
Right.
and yeah, when I bought this boat, I actually decided it was a good idea to take it down the river, and the engine failed halfway down the Basingstoke Canal, and I ended up having to get in the water and tow the boat back the other way, basically just to make sure I was back on the actual canal. So I went down the natural canal, not the genuine canal. So I had to get in the river, tie a rope around my waist and pull the boat back down the river.
And were you in the boat on your own, were you? Or?
I was in the boat on my own with my miniature pincher, my small dog, yeah. I actually had to get in the river, tie a rope around my waist and pull it back down because I went the wrong way. So there's a natural canal, which is there's a man-made canal and a natural canal. And I went down the wrong one.
Okay. Tansy, what do you think?
Canals, can you actually, yeah, I thought they'd be pretty deep. So the fact that you've actually towed a boat.
The canal splits off into two sections. So you have the man-made canal, and then you have the natural estuary that comes off of it, which is much lower. And I ground my boat to a halt. I had to get out, tie a rope around my waist, and actually pull it back down the canal the correct way to get onto the man-made canal, which is the deeper part, because I ground it.
And how far would you say you pulled it?
Just one second, Alex. Tansy,
oh, sorry.
Did you think he's telling porkies or telling the truth?
Telling the truth.
Okay. Fire away, Alex. The screen's all yours.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Beg your pardon. Dan, how far would you say you pulled the boat up the canal? Is that right?
Probably maybe 10 yards. So it ground to a halt.
Yeah.
And then I had to
run the ground.
I had to pull it round.
Yeah.
Pull it back about 10 yards through the water into the deeper water, so it floated again. And then basically was able to start it back up again.
This might be a silly question, but when you went that way, how did you? What what made you realise that you'd gone the wrong way? What made obviously you just where you ran aground?
It veers off into 2. I thought I was going the correct way, and it turns out that it was the wrong way because I ground a halt.
I reckon it's true. It's the sort of thing that I would do. And I've run aground in my boat many times. So I reckon it's true. I'm going to say it's true.
I don't have a boat, but I'm going to. I'm going to really. Oh, I don't know.
It's plausible, isn't it?
I believe it's true.
Yeah, sorry guys, that's actually a lie. There's elements to that story that are true, but the Basingstoke Canal does not split off into 2.
Okay.
So that did not happen.
So if we had that knowledge, we would have known that, wouldn't we? We'd known that.
You would have known that.
Dan, well done, sir.
Very well done.
Well done. £20 in the pot.
Thanks, guys.
I need to work on myself on that. Okay, lovely. Alex, apologies.
No worries, fine. So when I was at school, I was actually in junior school. I got expelled for kicking a teacher in the shin.
What school was that?
Craneswater. Sorry, what was it? Southsea. It was called Southsea Infant School at the time. Craneswater was the school I went to after.
Okay. Tanzy, you got a question?
So did you say you got expelled?
Correct.
For kicking a teacher in the shin?
I was a toe rag, and like it wasn't like just that, but that was like the icing on the cake.
What other things did you do? Were they violent?
Well, as violent as it can be at that age, but yeah, just disruptive and.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, just.
How old were you?
I would have been probably 6 or 7, something like that.
I think it's a lie.
Okay.
Dan, can you hear me?
Yeah, how many years before the end of your term were you when you got expelled? How many years do you have left?
I'm trying to think. It was a long time ago. I don't remember exactly, but I don't remember exactly. I'm not sure.
So did you move school then? You went to a new school?
Yeah, I went to a new school.
What was the new school called?
Craneswater.
Okay.
How
many years did you do at the new school?
So the new school was So the new school was my junior school, and I technically got expelled from infant school. Just to clarify, sorry.
I'm going to say lie, but only on the limited information we've got. What do you think?
Ask me what you like.
I think it's a lie.
Okay.
That's my answer.
Unfortunately, it's true.
Oh my goodness.
It was. I was at boarding school, and my dad said it was the best day of his life because he wouldn't have to pay any more money for me to have to go there anymore. And then we went to California the following summer afterwards. We went around, just did everything. But he lived out there anyway. But he just paid for us to fly out there, and he was overjoyed.
I got that one wrong. Well, let's go to the second story. Tanzy.
Okay, so the second story was when I was in junior school. Yeah. I was classed as the best singer in my whole school. I was asked to do all the solos. I was asked to do all the duets as well. I performed in like guild halls, and I performed in theatres.
Okay.
That's my statement.
It's blatantly true. No, I'm joking. That's not my final answer. Dan, what do you think? Any questions?
I mean, I think that sounds quite genuine. I'll probably be obliged to think that was the truth.
Sorry, Tanzy, could you just sing us a little song? Would that be okay?
What song would you like me to sing?
The Snowman.
The Snowman? I don't know that one.
We're walking in the air. Or you don't have to. It's entirely up to yourself. We can go for some end dubs.
I'd probably rather go for end of.
No, I'm only. Oh, go on.
Oh.
Okay. Oh God, this is so embarrassing. We're walking in the air. We're walking in the air.
We're walking in the moon.
We're walking in the moonlit sky.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's blatantly a lie.
I've asked everyone, haven't I? I'm totally lost now where the thing is.
Oh, God.
I think it's a lie.
I swear to God, it was the truth. I just wanted, it was the truth. I was literally well classed as the best singer. I think I started smoking at 12, and I think that's what cut my voice completely. My nan and granddad was always there with their video recorders, and
I've heard enough. So we'll move on to the. Is that everyone for the stories? Is it? Dan, do you want to give me your second story? Apologies.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, so my second story is I went to snowbombing with one of my friends called Andy in Austria, and I actually broke my wrist on a red run, and yeah, basically my friend didn't think it was broken, and he persuaded me to stay on all day and continue skiing and continue going for lunch and all the other bits and pieces that were involved. And at the end of the day, I found out it was broken in 2 places.
Ouch.
Pretty hardcore, mate.
that's a machine.
Don't feel the eardrum, and you don't feel the broken bones. Classic.
No, that's it.
What do you think, Tanzy?
Sorry, so what was you what did you break it on? Or like
It was on a red run, so basically the passage narrowed quite a lot, and I managed to just stack it, and yeah, just had a small fall, and yeah, broke my wrist. But he didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was pretty bad, but he persuaded me to carry on, and it probably wasn't broken or damaged. And yeah, at the end of the day, we had to go to the medical centre, and in fact, it was broke.
What do you think? Mate just wanted to carry on, obviously.
We tried to carry on, yeah.
I think it was the truth.
Sounds like a true story. Did you do any black runs?
I did do black runs, yeah. There's a double black in Meyerhofen, which I've done, which leads back down to the town centre. And
did you go off piste at any time?
We went off piste quite a bit, yeah. The main black run was the Harakiri. Huh?
You talking some sort of lingo?
No, just ski runs.
Okay. So what do you think, Alex? Truth?
Sounds plausible. I'm going to say true. I think it's true.
But can I say one thing? It could be making it sound so just easy.
That's true. It could be. It could be a true story, and it's Switzerland, not wherever or something.
Yeah, you I've noticed that in your stories. You do the old mix of truth and then whack
mixeroo
at the end.
Okay. I'm sticking with true. Sticking with true.
I think it's a lie.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
Yeah!
Is it?
That one.
Lucky Dan.
And Alex, your third story, sir.
Right. So the first car I ever drove, well, illegally, I wasn't of age, but the first car I ever drove was a Lamborghini.
Go on, Dan. Hit me with it.
What colour was it?
That's the one question. What colour?
Every little boy's question. It was bright yellow.
Bright yellow. What model?
It was a really, really. Have you seen Wolf on Wall Street? It was a Countach like that, except it was yellow.
Oh, I know what car you're talking about. Oh,
just to give you an idea, so you get an idea of the model. But...
True or false, Dan? What do you think?
I think it's a lie because he's told quite a lot of truths. And you'd like to think he wouldn't tell 3 truths in a row, but you never know.
That's what I was picking up on. Tansy, you got a question?
Bit game theory.
Whose car was it? And so how old was you, and whose car was it?
So I would have been probably about 15, 16, something like that. 15.
Okay.
And it was my dad's next door neighbours.
And did you drive it, just quickly up the road and back, did you?
In a car park briefly.
So you went through all the gears?
Didn't go through all the gears, no, obviously, but I went through first, second, just, do you know what I mean? Just took it around the car park, got it into second, took it around the car park sort of thing, and stopped. Just to be able to say that it was the first guy.
Just to be able to say you did it. So with obviously what Dan said, you could just be going through all truths, going through and thinking no one.
This is game theory, exactly. Bit of game theory. Okay.
God, this is difficult.
Interesting.
Truth or a lie, Tansy?
Okay, so I'm gonna say lie. Truth.
Whoa.
Switcheroo.
Sorry.
You've been blagging stories the whole time. Shaking the Queen's hand. See ya. Don't know. Lie. It's a lie.
It's a lie.
No!
I wish it was true. It's a lie.
Fantastic. Okay. Brilliant stuff. Well done, guys. We come to the end of round 2. Fantastic stories there. £45 was won in that round. £25 from Dan, £10 from Tansy, and £10 from Alex, which gives the total prize pot so far up to £90. Now, as we go into the final round, what we have to remember is only 2 of you can obviously go through. So what's going to happen now is you're all going to vote for who you'd like to leave the competition. But bearing in mind, if you're voting for someone that's put money through, or a lot of money through, if you knock them out, you lose the game show money. So if Dan was knocked out now, £25 would lose the pot. So guys, if you just want to write the name down of the person that you'd like to leave the competition. Ooh. Alex, who would you like to leave the competition?
Sorry, Tansy.
Ooh, Tansy.
Saw it coming.
Tansy?
Sorry.
Tansy, who would you like to leave the competition?
Sorry, Dan.
Dan.
Really?
Dan, who would you like to lose? Ooh, that was a tough one. Who would you like to leave the competition, sir?
Yeah. Sorry, Tansy.
Oh!
I'm sorry, Tansy. You are now out of the competition.
Sorry, Tans.
Thanks for having me.
And we're finally here, the final of the first episode of Blag a Blagger. And to be honest, it's been a bloody fantastic first episode. A few little teething problems along the way, but well done, Dan. Well done, Alex. You both made it to the final. Fantastic stuff. So we're now in split or steal land. So what this basically is, we have £80 that's now in the pot. Now, I'm going to tell a story now, and between both of you, you need to work out whether it's true or not true. Yeah?
Okay.
If you work it out correctly, you'll get an extra 50%. So your £80 will go up to £120. Are we crystal clear?
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Fantastic stuff. Well, like I said, guys, good luck to you. You've done a really good job getting this far. And unfortunately, one of you is going to be going on to win the holiday, but let's see who can take some money today. So, guys, my story is as follows. Now, many, many years ago, because I'm a little bit of an old man now, and I lived in Portsmouth, fantastic time. All my friends wanted to go to a rave up in Birmingham, Gatecrasher. watch Underworld, really, really excited about the whole event. Now, I was working at the time, and my employer, said to me, "Sorry, Paul, there's no way that you can have the weekend off. It's not going to happen. Forget it." Now, me being who I am, I really wanted to go to Gatecrasher. So I went out. At the time I was working in sales. I was knocking doors, and I was out with my colleagues, and I was just trying to think, how can I get out of going to work on the Saturday and going up to Birmingham with Gatecrasher to my mates and having a fantastic time. So I thought to myself, I've got to do something extreme. So I thought to myself, if I pretend I got knocked over by a bicycle and rolled around in the mud, I could have a sprained ankle. So I got on the floor, I rolled around in the mud, and just as I'm rolling around in the mud, an ambulance comes round the corner. The ambulance stop, and they look at me and they say, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I've just been hit by a bike. It's an absolute nightmare. I don't know what to do." They said, "Well, we better take you to hospital to make sure that everything's okay." So I got in the ambulance, they took me to hospital, and I was there for 5 hours.
So when the ambulance picked you up,
Yeah.
and you I take it you told your boss that story. Did he buy it, or did he think you were lying?
No, he believed me.
He bought it, and that was cool. You went off to the thing. Okay.
Yeah, I had a
Cheers.
fantastic time, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, what was the sex of the ambulance crew?
Both male.
Okay, that was quite.
He looked up to the left as well as he said it, which indicates he's using the creative part of his brain and not the memory side of his brain.
That was really quick. He came up with that. Like they're not.
Yeah, so they say.
I would say true, Alex. I think. I don't know. What do you think?
My initial reaction was true, and then the way he reacted after that, his body language, and even now, look, it's true. I think it's true.
Let's go with it. We've both said that, so let's try.
True.
There's a bit of paper on here with the answer on, because I wouldn't want to lie. And it's true. A great time I saw Underworld Born Slipping. It was brilliant.
Nice.
Well done, guys. You beat me. So, like I said, the prize pot goes up from £80 to £120. We now go into steal or split mode, which is very exciting. So the pot at the moment, is £120. So just to clarify with you guys, because you'll have a minute to have a little chat with each other so you can decide which way you want to go. If both of you split, you will split the £120 and you receive £60 each. If both of you steal, you will both lose the money. If one of you steals and the other one splits, the person that steals will win the whole money, the £120. So guys, the decision is yours. So we're now going to give you a minute, 60 seconds, to have a little chat between yourself. And then what we're asking you to do is either write steal or split on big writing on a bit of paper, so then you can lift it up to the camera after 60 seconds. But by all means now, have a little chat with each other. You've obviously seen how the game has gone between you guys, etc. So you can obviously work out what you think. Talk.
Okay. Well, you go ahead, mate. What do you reckon?
Well, obviously, I'm going to say what you'd expect me to say, that we should split. It's £120. Makes sense for us to both go through and beat him again. What do you say? What do you think?
Well, I mean, if we both get through to the next round, I'm up for splitting. So it's 60 quid each. So it's up to you, mate. So there's nothing more to be said, really. I took Tanzy out because I reckon I could, strike a deal with you, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess. So
The thing is, right? If we try and blag each other, and then we both put steal, then we're both out.
Yeah.
That's the thing you've got to remind yourself. So, you know.
And then we're not through to the next episode. So
it's 60 quid, not 600 quid, is it? So.
Guys, I'm going to have to ask you to make a decision, guys. So if you want to write down now.
Okay. I've written it down already.
All right. Okay.
Okay, guys. I'm going to do on the count of 3. 1.
Oh, no.
2.
There we go.
3. Split. Steal!
No!
Dan comes
Sorry,
back the back end there, doesn't he?
Sorry,
I reckon
mate.
I reckon he wrote it on 2 bits of paper.
Absolutely.
I reckon he wrote it on 2. I reckon he's trying to blag me. I reckon it's 2 bits of paper.
Alex, what I would say, sir.
You rotter.
Oh, we've just lost.
No paper.
Lost Dan there. Dan, come back on the screen.
Yeah. No
what
paper
I would
there.
say, Alex, it's not all over yet because you still have the opportunity of going through to win the holiday. Yeah.
Okay.
So at the end of the show, Facebook will be putting on their page who you would like to see to go through to the next round to win a chance of £1,000 holiday. But what I would say, guys, fantastic first episode, and absolutely brilliant. Well done, Dan.
Cheers, guys.
Can we just see the back of that bit of paper quickly?
Alex?
Absolutely, mate.
Well done, guys. Take care. Fantastic.
All right, well done.
I'll see you later. Take care.
Yeah.
Oh, cheers. Bye.